Take a look at the first half versus the second half here. Look, no drives to the basket, second half, 5 less transition plays, just 4 points in the paint to go with an average shot distance of over 16 feet from the basket. Now, we heard from LeBron talking about all of this earlier, and he is adamant they are not going to slow things down. Take a listen.
We play at our pace, and we play our game. We got to this point playing our way. We've won a lot of games playing the way we play, so, we're not going to change.
I mean, Scotty said it. Did he look tired to you too,
But this is the thing. If LeBron is guarding KD and KD is still getting 35, let's save some of that energy and put that towards something else. Let's move him over to guard Zaza. Let's put him on Draymond Green. Let's save his defensive energy so he has something left in the second half. I mean, if you're not going to stop KD anyway, move
He's saying, what's the point?
Well, no, that's what I opened the show with. I think they have to deploy him differently.
Yeah,
I agree. He can't be any better. So where are you putting that energy? Because right now where you're putting it is not getting it done. And what else they have?
And that way he'll have something left for the fourth quarter. Because when you have to come down and guard the best offensive player in the world, possibly the best player,
Paul Pierce, we get back to that.
Yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough assignment.
And I piggyback on that and say that there's no place to really hide on defense against the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
It's still going to be a tall order, whether he's going to have to block out Zaza or have to deal with Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be tough for him, but the fact that he has to come down and be a part of every offensive set for the Cleveland Cavaliers is definitely taking a lot away from his energy in terms of what he can do defensively. He's got a tall order in guarding KD, but also offensively in the second half, he's losing a lot of that because of what he have to do on the defensive end.
And I think, once again, off of what Paul said, that's where you need him the most. You need him to be the closer. You need LeBron and Kyrie, first and foremost, to be your closers. Fourth quarter, you need them as fresh as possible. But they have to leave them both on the floor as long as possible because of the deficits they're put in right now. And if your bench, you're not shooting the ball well, if you can't buy him any minutes, you're going to see a tie LeBron the rest of this series.
Right, and it's only going to build as each game goes on. I don't know. So you talk about other players that need to step up. Tristan Thompson, we've been talking about this for the past couple games. 8 points and 4 rebounds in Game 2. Again, Ty Lue sort of had to take him off the floor at some point. I think he played less than 22 minutes for the second game in a row. He's not the only one who's struggling, though. Paul, I guess, who is the most disappointing Cavalier to you? Who would you like to see?
You could point to two guys. You could point to two guys. You can say, well, three things. You could say J.R. Smith, you could say Tristan Thompson, and the whole Cavaliers bench. But the person I'm most disappointed in is Tristan because he can control his effort. His game is predicated on effort. We're not asking him to go out there, spread the court, shoot threes, give it to him in the post on isolations. We're asking him to bring energy, to get offensive rebounds, to be a physical force inside when he's in there, and he's not doing that. And if he's not going to do that, then you can't play him.
He's getting burned defensively, though. I mean, that's part of the issue.
And that's what you want from him. You want his defense, his rebound, his energy. If he's not doing that, something he can control, he can't control how many touches he gets. He can't control if he gets isolations, but he can control how hard he plays on defense and his rebounding, and he's not doing that.
And if he does that, he gets them extra possessions.
Right.
He gets them the chance to shoot open threes because they're great at that offensive rebound, throwing out to the three. That's what the league is all about now. Offensive rebound, throw it to the three-point line and get shots.
That's all well and good. The Cavs had more possessions in the first half of Game 2 than they had all year. They were still behind.
Yep.
So,
given out what Tristan needs to do, you really got to give credit to Golden State as to what they've been able to do. And they've limited Cleveland's second shots opportunities. And Tristan is a big corporate of, getting them second shots opportunities. So they've done a real good job of limiting him. I think the next thing that the Cavs have to do is maybe look at changing their lineup a little bit.
Okay, so earlier today, Ty Lue was asked, what about swapping in Iman Shumpert for J.R. Smith in the starting lineup? And he just came out and he said, I'm not doing that. What do you guys think of that decision?
Well, I don't think that's the right switch. I see more Tristan Thompson coming out of this lineup. You're talking 4 rebounds, 4 points. I could throw that from my front room. So, I just think that someone has to come in. And I thought Shumpert did a good job of really trying to make an impact, trying to give them something offensively. I think he should be the guy that they try to implement in, but I see Tristan coming out instead of JR.
I mean, you're going to see a lot more of LeBron at the 4, I think, but not guarding KD. That way you can implement Iman Shumpert, maybe try to get J.R. Smith going. He needs more opportunities. I mean, he's an X factor for them a year ago when they won. He's only taking 6 shots. This is a guy who can get hot. He's considered a streaky player, but a guy that can get hot. He needs more opportunities if you want more from him.
Because he opened up the floor, and that was allowing Kyrie to get into the paint. That was allowing LeBron to get into the paint. And once LeBron got rolling into the paint, while hitting those shots, it was a different series. So this is the opportunity. Game 3 is their opportunity. It's now or never.
And that whole role players play better at home thing?
It's true.
Yeah, it's true, but it has to happen.
Let's hope it.
You play 41 games at home. You're comfortable there.
Right, for sure.
You're comfortable there. You play 41 out of 82 games at home.
For those of us on the sidelines, it makes no sense. Y'all are professional athletes. Why is this?
If you cook in the same kitchen 25 times, you know where the utensils are.
Right.
You know where the plates are. You know their ingredients are. And then you go to a foreign kitchen, you don't know where anything is.
Right.
That's why they call it home cooking.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. As long as you know where the very sharp knife is that this team needs to find. Yesterday, when we were in Oakland, I was sitting next to a man who had a jacket made of tacos. You have gone instead with the plaid. It's a good look. I like that.
Tacos not my thing.
No foodstuffs for you?
Not for me.
All right, well, welcome back. We love having you here. Thank you. And, of course, our regular crew guys. Let's talk a little bit basketball. I got to be blunt here, guys. Cleveland needs to win a game. And to do that, the Cavaliers are going to have to figure out a different way to deploy LeBron James. Mind you, this is not because LeBron has not been playing well. In Game 2 alone, he had a triple-double, highlighted by this dunk. Can you say business decision, Andre Iguodala? But while LeBron usually sets a game on fire when he's playing like this, in these finals, those same efforts have barely created a spark. Now, part of this has been the enormity of what Cleveland is up against in this stacked Warriors team. You guys remember that scene in the second Matrix movie, when Keanu Reeves thought he just had to fight off one Agent Smith, and then all of a sudden there's like hundreds of Agent Smiths running around? Yeah, there's a little bit of that going on. But also, it's the way all this fighting is happening, which is super fast. And I mean, really fast. These last 2 games against the Warriors were played at a faster pace than any of the other 212 postseason games LeBron James has ever played in the course of his entire playoff career. That's a big deal because the Warriors know that if they wear LeBron James down, especially in the first half, the Cavaliers don't really have a plan B. And then starting in the third quarter, it's all Golden State. Now, I do want to be clear. As a team, the Cavaliers like pace too. It's how they are built to play. But there is a difference between running your offense with pace and being run around the floor on possessions and picking and choosing who is on the move against who. And that is what Cleveland needs to figure out. Obviously, the biggest answer here is just that LeBron needs more help. Kyrie in particular has to figure out some way to get more comfortable out there. But also, Ty Lue needs to figure out a different way to deploy his greatest weapon. People keep saying there's no way a LeBron James team is getting swept. Well, that's only going to be true if the Cavaliers can figure out how to use him better. Now, Scotty, closing the gap. What can the Cavaliers do? What do you think Ty Lue should do?
Well, I think they need some home cooking, first of all. I think that would help them tremendously. But I think just...
We're not talking about the officiating. We're talking about the Cavaliers' game plan.
Well, the game plan needs to start from their house from the moment they leave driving to the arena. And really, they just need better focus. I think they have to play better and harder. This Golden State team is a very superb team. They're good at every aspect of the game, and I think they just have to match their intensity. I think LeBron has put forward his best foot, at least I thought he did in Game 2 as far as the first half, but it still wasn't enough. It really wore him down. I saw fatigue set in right there before halftime. So, they just have to play harder to me. I think that right now, defensively, they have to find a way to stop allowing Golden State to make so many big shots, so many shots that have really broken their back when they've tried to get back in the game and really tried to shut down Steph a little bit. I think Durant has shown that, he's going to be able to pull his shot over anybody and make it. But I think Steph has really played at the same level of Durant. And maybe I said something on the show a week ago saying that he wasn't as dominant as a guy like LeBron and KD, but in this series, he's shown a lot of dominance.
Well, they're going to need more players to step up. I mean, LeBron is playing out of his mind. He's giving you 30 points, 10-plus rebounds, 10-plus assists. What more can you ask from him? You need more guys to step up. You need more than one unsung hero. Guys like Dr, Tristan Thompson, Kyle Korver, Darren Williams. They have to combine to give them something. So as far as closing the gap, that's what it's going to take. LeBron is playing well. Kevin Love had a great game. You know, even Kyrie, he could play a little bit better. But even if he scored, let's say 7 or 8 more points, they still lose by 15 in the last game. So it has to be the other guys, the guys off the bench, the other 2 starters. They have to come and play better with more energy and give them something.
How do you get guys to do that, though? When he says it's got to be from leaving the time you leave the house, how do you get players to do? I mean, it's the NBA Finals. How are you not focused for the NBA Finals?
The good thing for the Cavs is they've been here before, so I think they have that in their back pocket as far as they know what to expect. They've been in this same exact situation before, so I think LeBron has to just continue to be LeBron. Of course, you would like them to play out of his mind, above who he really is, which is no such thing. you know, exactly, right? So, but now it's like everybody else. You need JR to shoot the ball well, to spread the floor. Kyrie has to just play out of his mind. They need the Kyrie from last year. He has to play like an assassin, like the assassin that he is, that we know he is. It's not about, oh, he doesn't have it, maybe he wasn't this. He's capable. We know that. He just has to show it. And I think home court is going to help him.
Yeah, and